Hello, one and all, and welcome to the Animosity Smite League King of the Hill. Today we have for you late rotations versus Team official Smite Team. My name is Moon Mellows. I'm joined here by Rye. Rye, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I watched a little bit of this team official Smite teams last few games, and I think that they're a very promising team. I just need to see them, work their best magic.
Magic is definitely the name of the game here, and well, unfortunately, Team official Smite Team wasn't able to take away their first win last week. Unfortunately, losing to some handsome guy in a sub role for the sewer. I don't know who did it, but some guy was able to go ahead and win out against them, but not for a lack of trying. The sewer did play. I'm not gonna mince words here. Played very well. At one game was like 20-3, right? So, but all that to say, when you have teams who are starting out kind of on the lower end, that means they have so much more room to grow, right? And it's really exciting to see how they change from week to week, right? Week one, maybe you int a little bit, you feed a little bit, but you're still kind of learning how to meld together as a team. And I think it's really exciting as we get into this game and in this set, how much Team official Smite Team have practiced and what they are able to bring to this week.
Yeah, going into these bands though, we have Daji, Alpwash, and Achilles. Bringing out some very strong bands to start this game. I do like the Daji and the Achilles band. These are all very standard, the CC and the safety you get from the Powwow. Just Achilles' base stats and the fact that he's so tanky is very valuable. And Alpwash has just been doing a tear through the meta right now.
Yeah, and you would know as our resident Au Pois owner uh, running it through. But what we can do talking about all this is like the gods that are being picked out and banned here. And I also like the Aladdin take off the ban here because Cinnalin, I want to talk about this a little bit with you, Rye. It's a character. Cinnalин's a player that where she kind of plays these kind of like off weird meta picks, right? Played Aladdin and played Cabrakan. Still not uncircumventional, but still weird picks all the way around. Not weird though is Newt first pick overall.
Yeah, I think Sin just, able to bring out these non-traditional picks because it's all about comfortability, right? And I do have some tech here, or insider information. I do know that Sin has been playing a lot of Agni lately, just trying to learn the character, and I think that we might even see that being pulled out here. But Newt, a very strong god, likely going into the mid lane, but also potential in the ADC lane. I like to play personally. I prefer the Newt in the mid. It brings a lot of CC, that ultimate being able to semi-global. It's good for steals, it's good for damage, and it's fairly good for safety.
Yeah. A lot of damage coming all through around. Talk about damage for damage, though. Talk about safety. Talk about artillery. Agni. Bros dropping bombs on your head for nukes. And it's been said before, one of the gods that can best utilize this Bluestone Chronos Pendant Soul Reaver build that's just been kind of running rampant recently in the mid lane. Pair that with a Sobek that creates instant pressure in a lane. A lot of damage, and so far, really like Team's comp so far.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Agni and Sobek they're two extremely high pressure gods. The only other people who can kind of compete with this, especially because it's Agni in the mid lane, Newt is going to have a little bit of a hard time outranging this Agni. Being able to trade with your mid laner is going to be crucial in this fight or in this game because losing pressure is everything nowadays.
Yeah, you need pressure to be able to win the game. That's kind of the name of Smite when it comes down to it, right? Pressure wins lanes, pressure wins games. Medusa able to bring some more pressure over to that duo lane, and as well as Poseidon, King of the Hill, get to see some fun picks over here. Late rotations, making sure they're going to play early and aggressive here. Sun Wukong and now a Chiron locked in. And so far, this is kind of just a dominating backline we're seeing from Team, right? You got the Agni, artillery. You got the Chiron, artillery. I like this identity that they're kind of forming for themselves.
Yeah, I 100% agree. The only thing that is a little bit strange to me is thinking about where these picks are going to be going. You have the Medusa, you have the Newt, you have Poseidon. Newt and Poseidon can both be mids and ADCs. Poseidon's also can be a support, and it looks like maybe Poseidon is going to be taken into the jungle with, Medusa going ADC and Newt into the mid lane.
That's what you kind of want to see. Poseidon pulling out of the jungle, and now we have triple, well, double hunters rather here. Hua Mulan Sylvanas going to round out the late rotations draft, and I mean, it's exciting. Get excited, get exhilarated. Sylvanas being locked in. I love that god, able to pull teammates towards them. Hua Mulan able to kind of do the exact same thing, just a little bit slower. But in exchange, you have a lot more damage, right? So late rotations really drafting for pressure in of themselves. And now, I mean, what are you picking 10th overall into this team?
Honestly, so it looks like they are still missing the jungler, right? There's Loki that's up. There's like Thanatos is up. I know their Thanatos is a little bit non-standard, but I personally would love to see a Thanatos into this pick. Poseidon and Newt are two relatively immobile characters. Like Newt has that short dash, but Athena being hovered here and locked in. What is going that is that the jungler?
Oh, I sure hope it is. We love Athena Jungle over here on the King of the Hill, able to have a lot of like. I mean, you gotta tell me about it, Rye. What does Athena Jungle bring to this comp?
Athena Jungle, it's obviously the global presence, right? Most people opt to I mean, it's honestly just a personal preference on whether or not you want to go for the aspect Athena or the non-aspect, because both ways you're still getting that global presence, right? But Athena being able to just teleport to anywhere on the map, and I think that it's just going to be like this one-shot build that's kind of going around, double stacking like Hydras, etc. I think that is the biggest. You have a huge one-shot potential in the auto attack chain, and your CC is nothing to scoff at either.
Yeah, able to be pulling out these tricks here. We now pull ourselves in to game number one, late rotations versus team official Smite team. Rye, based on these drafts, where should we be looking? Where's the aggression? Where's the fire? Where are my eyes directed?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot around this mid lane. If we look at these comps, it is in fact the Poseidon or the it's a Medusa mid with the new ADC. That is a very interesting pick. And his Poseidon jungle, he's got beads and he's got Sands of Time. Very interesting like way to swap these picks around and put them into their non-standard places. But I think all in all, it makes a lot of sense. But mid lane is going to be crucial because this Medusa is able to maybe keep up with this acne.
Yeah, being able to keep up in pressure with your corresponding laner is kind of important, especially in these. Well, we're kind of at the bottom of the ladder here, right? In Animosity League. Team official Smite team is 19th overall. Late rotations, only 2 spots higher in that 17th spot. So this is going to be a good, even game between these two. Not going to be a stomp, and obviously going to be a great lesson for both these teams to learn here. And I mean, I got to agree with you. I'm waiting for Spartan to get online, have this damage, have this pressure, and honestly, just get nasty early.
Yeah, 100%. I want to see team official Smite team playing around this Athena ultimate, right? Before we hit level 5, we should be a little bit careful. Our jungler is not as much of a presence as the other junglers are because for one, you're going that stacking build. We have the axe build. I'm just going to make a prediction it's probably being turned into a transcendence and then you're going to go Book of Thoth probably. But you just lose out on a little bit of that like early game pressure that you would see from like a Thor or a Loki or someone like that. So play around level 5, wait till that happens, get some good rotations in, and then hopefully get some objectives to a push a victory.
Yeah, but we're still a long way from objectives, right? 4 more minutes until that first Gold Fury spawns, and I'm not sure if either of these teams are going to be looking at it as soon as it spawns. And aggression, well, it's the name of the game. So picks and, well, these mid neutral objectives are what I'm going to be looking for, right? Over already, the solo lane's winning the neutral objective on the captain side. And that's not honestly who I'd expect. Sun Wukong, Furo, highlighting this pick. And I mean, is that what you kind of born to expect here from this lane? As well, being a little aggressive as Sobek might be pulled out here. Shell's going to be forced on out. Rooted and Tooted might be in trouble, and trouble's going to be good. Autos are even better. Midgod takes out OP Killer for first blood. And late rotations, not late to the board. Get the first blood, get the first kill. And that's the aggression you want to see.
100%. Being able to push that pressure into your lane, and I mean, okay, this is dangerous.
Dangerous indeed. A little bit of aggression in the duo lane means aggression in mid lane. Down falls the Spartan. And TTOST make sure to get a kill on their own here. And now that's how you do it, right? Playing the map on other sides of the map.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're just posturing so aggressively into this early game. It's not what I'd like to see from Team official Smite Team, but late rotations is putting out so much like pressure, and I think that's valuable for them, right? I think that Team needs to just recognize, hey, we're gonna be a little bit weaker on the early game, so let's just play a little bit, see what happens, and respond properly to that.
Yeah, talking about being late on rotations. Once again, on the rotation is this Athena. With the taunt's going to be good, but we can't save Furo's life. He falls down, and now Chef Baba, he's cooking us something delicious in the solo lane with another kill in his palette.
Yep, and just as these rocks are spawning in, that is not ideal. You don't lose the rocks necessarily, but if there was a jungler in the right-hand side of the map there, that would have been really bad because you just lose out on so much of this like mid to solo lane. Okay, they are gonna in fact lose the rocks a little bit. Chef Baba is level 5. Pringle Imperialists definitely staying a lot.
Yeah, we're staying out a little bit too long. Here comes the petrifying gaze just to force this Athena back to base. The tick's not going to be good enough, but good enough to shoo away this Athena from our rocks to make sure late rotations get that in their pocket. But look over the left side of the map. Poseidon is here hiding in the bush, maybe looking for a kill, stepping forward. Late rotations go ahead and get themselves a nice little purple buff. That's a good invade there. Also, look at Cinnalin on the rotation, trying to get some farm of her own.
Yeah, unfortunately not finding any to pick up. But look at these items. We're grabbing the Runeforged hammer on both solo laners, which makes sense. They're just able to use it so effectively, especially the Mulan in my opinion. I know Wukong also has that dash, but look at that pull.
Oh, a great pull's going to pull Chiron back on in. A pluck is going to keep OP Killer. A nice little bit dangerous distance here. Zexagon has to play a bit careful when Zakor is hitting pulls like that.
Yeah, 100%. Although I will say Chiron into the Sylvanas. Very interesting because you hit the pull and then you use your one, right? But Chiron is able to trade out ones with you and you take a lot of damage and he is CC immune, he is cleansed. So I think that's actually a really good pick into this dual lane.
Yeah, great smart pick here. I'm gonna take this dull time over to look at builds a little bit as late rotations, just going up and playing the map a little bit interesting here, getting oracles over away. But look at the build here from Zexagon, go opting for that Bumba's dagger. I was told that item low-key unbuildable. What changed, right?
Nothing. I don't think anything has changed. I think it is just a personal preference, but look at this rotation.
Oh, talk about the rotation. Here comes the Kraken, a little bit off the mark, though. And talk about global rotation beads, a little bit off the mark. And Panty Raiders is under the tower. A taunt pulls him back in. OP Killer sends him to the grave. And now it's TTOSTT getting a bit aggressive and finding the upper footing.
100%. And okay, Agni's throwing out some bombs here and Petrifying Gaze.
Oh, here goes Petrifying Gaze. Damage is going to be good. And we dodge out the bomb. It's Cinnalin versus the Snake. Spartan trying to do what they can to survive. So we run it to our solo laner. Cinnalin has the dash, has the damage. Down goes the Medusa. And look at that mid laner. 1-0-1. Hungry for kills. But unfortunately, we don't get the rocks.
I think that was a very good rotation from our Mulan, but the only thing unfortunate that happened around it is that you click the ultimate right as Agni is dashing through. So your ultimate essentially does nothing but waste your time and you're not able to save your mid laner. But good kill from Cinnalin here. And I think that like I was saying earlier, they hit level 5 and Athena just pressed the ult there, saving their teammate essentially and then getting a kill. That's a very good way to play around this team comp.
You can take Athena out the support role, but you can't stop the support and God from giving you a shield and being some good damage here. Also, made another rotation over to the mid lane. Dash is going to be good, but taunt not as well. Spartan, though, might be in trouble because OP Killer is here. Made a rotation over from the dual lane. Beads going to be forced on out from this Medusa. That means the taunt is going to hit true. It's going to hit home. Spartan falls on down. Imperialist gets the kill. And OP Killer is forced into the lurking in the waters. Can Athena get out with her life? She's got the dash, so it's going to be good for now. And we got the rest of the team on the rotation. So thankfully, this Athena is going to survive. And Maybe Zakor stepped up a little bit too far, and now he might be in trouble. Pluck brings him back to his Chiron. Rathaterra knocks everyone up. The damage is good. Here comes Fanny Raiders, kills OP Killer. But now, unfortunately, Zexagon falls down as well. Into the sky is Newt, pulling one back in. Sinilin can't get the kill because the Aegis is even better. Mid-God survives another day.
Wow, really good team fighting there. I was impressed with how Pringle was able to get out there very very close, and then the team to recognize that Zakor is just pushing a little bit too far trying to get that kill, and then immediately turning on him and plucking him. I know that he ulted and did get the trade off, but just good team heads up of play that right there.
Yeah. I mean, and we're already in it, and this game is already even. Now we're on the Moonlight Beacon, and it's going late rotations way. King of the Hill, King of the Ritual. Late rotations get the beacon, get some gold. And unfortunately, TTOST don't get too much off of it. In fact, it looks like Pringles, though, is going for the rocks.
Yep. Good rocks play here. I think that you're kind of just a little bit slow to the objective, so you recognize that and you say, "Hey, unfortunately, we're giving this up, but we're going to go for these rocks and try and get something out of it."
Yeah, that's what you want to see, though. But over here, Zakor has stepped up, and well, this is a tree in a forest, and that's not where he wants to be. Plucked back into the rest of the team. Zakor's taking damage, knocks everyone up with the Rathaterra, but unfortunately can't survive. And the Petrifying Gaze stuns everybody. Zakor is staying alive. Ashlyn can't say the same. Medusa sends them to the grave, and now Sobek has to lurk in the waters trying to get away. But the pool's even better. Zakor falls back down. Imperialist gets the kill in the back line. Sobek lives to stay another day. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but over on the left side of the map, Panty Raiders stepping forward looking for the kill, but unfortunately this horsey is just a little bit too fast. No kills for this jungler.
Wow. I can't believe, I mean, just that Mulan pull onto the Sobek. I know that the Sobek got out, but that Mulan pull was disgustingly well timed.
My heart was in my throat. It was terrifying.
Yeah, pulling immediately after you get out of the CC immunity, that was just shocking to me. That was a spectacular pull. But even more spectacular was the petrifying gaze.
Yeah, it gets everyone out. Chiron here going to be forced into the ultimate, and the bee is not going to be good enough to save you from Penny Raiders 9. Gets the kill onto the Chiron, and look at late rotation. Gets a cheeky little kill on the ADC, and they say, you know what? This Gold Fury, that's the next item on our menu. Sobek is here, and he's ready to lurk around trying to get a kill. Also here is Pringle. We got the dash taunt, we got the damage. Can we steal away this Gold Fury? We're certainly going to try zoning them all away as DBC Spartan. Here comes the Kraken. Penny Raiders secures it. Sinilin is here. The damage is good, but hey, late rotations, they got the Gold Fury and they got out.
Yeah, very good play here. I mean, going for this Gold Fury when you have the numbers advantage is always the right choice, right? You get a kill into dual lane and you're able to just go gold. Like, you pick it up, and even if they do approach you like like Team did, you have that Kraken. That's one of the best securing abilities in the entire game.
10 minutes into this game, even in kills, but not in gold. Late rotations have about a solid 3k gold lead. And just the play on map has just been beautiful. Their names late rotations doesn't feel like they've been late to, not a lot of them at least, as stepping forward is Zakor here in mid lane. Ashlyn may be in trouble. The dash, though, we're displacement immune, so we're not going to fall on down. DBC Spartan, though, is underneath the tower, and damage is going to be good. We stepped up way too far, and our life is forfeit. OP Killer gets the kill, and now we're dashing back on in. The taunt, a little bit off the mark, but it forces. No, it's here. It was again. Penny Raiders pulled back in. The pluck's going to be good. Not surviving, though, is OP Killer. Zakor credited with that one, and now rotating in over from the solo lane. That's Chef Baba. He's here to cook. Death plate. Ashlyn sent to the grave, and now 4 members of late rotation stepping forward, maybe trying to get a little bit more.
They're gonna go for these rocks again, but unfortunately for them, very good rotation, but there's nothing that's significantly up, right? You're getting these rocks for sure, 100%. But unfortunately, Pyromancer and Gold Fury are both down. Gold Fury down for 2.5 minutes, Pyromancer down for a little bit shorter than that. But I mean, pushing your gold lead and taking these fights is always going to be commended by me, just because you're able to, you're just trying to wait for that big point in time until you hit your big like objective push.
Yeah. Leads. Not going to be forced out onto Chiron just yet. Giddy up is going to be enough to get us Giddy out of there. but we're still stepping forward, getting these waves. He's a core. Stepping forward, just making sure we get out, but we're just going to be fine. And I mean, late rotations, kind of playing this map in a very fun way, right? Zakor's sitting here in the duo lane, forces Pringle to walk on over. Our support's still in mid. That means might be getting aggressive here, looking for another kill. Oh,
Speaking of another kill, oh my goodness, look at that ult.
yeah, ult for ult. Zakor brings them back in. Pringle sent to the grave, and Skyfall not going to be able to pull this pony back in. We get a kill. Oh, scratch that. We get two. One in the mid lane, one in the duo lane. Late rotations, just winning all the way around across the map.
Yep. Unfortunately, Ashlyn did lose their life or her life into that gank on mid, right? The Kraken was spotted at the end of it, and you do also lose that kill into duo lane. So team official Smite team is playing a little bit too risky for my liking. I think that they need to just turn around a little bit, not take too many fights, and then just hope that they can farm.
Yeah, OP killer though. Luck's got a little bit off the mark, so DPC Spartan's going to be okay to survive yet another day. Medusa. I mean, we talked about the aggression. The kills, well, not really favoring Arcadia, right? Fallen down quite a lot, but we've had so much, like, impact on this game, though. Might be careful here as Hexagon might be in trouble. They get rooted out and the damage is going to be good, but we have the Defender of Olympus, which means we have a shield heading our way, but can we survive? Our health is low, but here is Pringle trying to save us and bail us out. Midgod falls on down, but Panty Raiders in the back looking for the Chiron. Damage is going to be good. The Vortex a little bit off the mark, but it doesn't matter because Panty Raiders takes down Hexagon. Trying to get out of there, though. This is one, a speedy Poseidon. The bees are going to be good enough. Send it to the air as Imperialist Zakor takes the kill. OP killer takes Raiders to the grave, and now it's a Sobek versus a tree. Plucks them back in, but this tree ain't dying anytime soon.
That was another really good ultimate from Pringle Imperialist. I know that you die, right? You don't like to see it, but you're able to get these kills instead. You got DBZ Spartan, you got Panty Raiders at 9, and you're able to just say, every trade we make is better for us than it is for you, right? So team doing something very good. I don't like the fighting, and I don't like how much they're fighting all this time, but if you're able to take these trades, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but what is a trade when you get a Gold Fury off the back end of it? Late rotations walking up to get their second one, and it's pretty much theirs. Was promised to them as no one from team wanted to step up. And honestly, that's a good play, right? You're starting to get behind. Don't keep feeding into this factory of death that are the late rotations team.
Yep. Pointing towards these items again, right? We've got the Runeforged and the breastplate onto the solo laners. We've got, or not solo laners, just onto Wukong. That breastplate is bringing out a little bit of value, right? You're getting the cooldown reduction and your cooldown rate, the flat cooldown reduction, I mean. And on the other side, on Mulan, we've got Runeforged into Prophetic Cloak. Prophetic Cloak is one of my new favorite tank items now.
A good pull forces out the beads from Sun Wukong. He might be in trouble. We have the somersault cloud to get us back to safety. Chef Baba surely is cooking today, but now Izakor may have stepped up a little bit too far. Petrifying Gaze is here, and the stun is good, but the body block's even better. Sinilin able to dash out and survive. Put into the sky are these two team members. Panty Raiders able to find the Sun Wukong in the jungle. Zakor is able to find Pringle. Pulls back in the Sobek, and the body blocks are even better. OP Killer is killed once again, and as 5 members, we step towards this queen, Moonlight Naga.
Wow, that was an amazing fight. I can't believe that team was stepping up so far, but good vision from late rotations. You see that your team is going for a rotation, and you just say, yeah, we're just going to follow you. We get to the rotation as well, and we get to that team fight. And in that team fight, everything was hitting. Every ability was hit. There was like a good pull from Mulan. There was a good ultimate from Izakor. And I think that that's just like another showcasing of just how dominant that they're able to be because of that early game lead.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it on the desk. Pressure is kind of the way to win games, and you're seeing it here live in action. Team able in 16 minutes in, not to be fully out just yet. Sinilin, though, trying to step forward to defend the tower, but it's not going to be good enough. And Furo steps in just to get some more damage taken back. But look at Pringle, able to take out Panty Raiders. Pulled back in is Furo. That forces out the somersault clouds. We're in the sky just to heal and get away. A great pull forces a huge bounty off the board.
100%. able to take out that ultimate and put it on cooldown right before Fire Giant is up, especially when you're this far ahead and you're able to just take fights wherever you want. That is invaluable. So a regular ability, you heard it here first. Trading out a regular ability for an ultimate is good, but yeah, they're looking very good. They have that mid ritual. They have the pyromancer bombs. They have two of them, which means this fire giant could be destroyed very quickly, especially with an on-hit auto attack build Newt.
Rainbow doing a pretty good job trying to keep themselves in this game, stealing away farm from Panty Raiders. But I don't know. At some point, stealing away farm is not going to win you the game, but it's at least going to keep you in it. Late rotations now making the positioning around the fire giant, daring anyone from team to step up, but they seem to be a little bit all the wiser of it.
Oh my god, look at that
Oh.
pull. Okay. Wow, that was an amazing pull. I don't know. This guy's on the money with the pulls. Izucore absolutely crazy with it, but they're going around this fire giant. They're putting out wards. You know, we've got many wards from both sides, right? They're going to be putting them out, but they're getting a pull.
Yeah, cold. It's the Cold War of Vision, and late rotations are winning that in spades. Izakor stepping forward to tank this fire giant means the rest of the late rotations are going to go ahead and start on pulling it, and nobody from team is here just yet. Chiron just making his way past the mid lane. Everyone's stepping forward. Here comes the defender of Olympus. The damage is going to be good. The nuke into the sky as well. Order team, that's late rotations, able to secure the fire giant. Pringle falls on down to Panty Raiders, and we're still going on in. The damage is going to be good. Here comes Centaurus for the damage, but look at Furo still here trying to kill someone in the back of it, and unable to. He falls on down. Double kill for the Poseidon. Scratch that, make it a triple. Zexagon stepped forward just to die.
Wow, what an amazing way to start into this late game. You pull the fire giant. You get all of your abilities out. Like the only ultimate that honestly I'm surprised it didn't go out was the Kraken, but you get the fire giant, you get the 4K, and now you're just able to push. You go down to these towers, you say, "Hey, we've got a Queen Naga in every single wave. We are pushing and pushing and pushing. Even if we needed to back, guess what? We're just going to teleport right up to it." But they're not. They just push, and now they are probably going to go to this mid. There's still a tier 1 tower up in dual lane. So I imagine that they're going to look at that soon. But Gold Fury's up. I think they're going to go to that as well.
Yeah, Gold Fury is up. Hey, why get one objective when you can pretty much get every single one on the map? Pyromancer next up on the chopping block. The ingredients to this recipe of winning a game includes a fire giant, a pyromancer, and now the Gold Fury as the team rotates on over there. Looks like some backs are pulling on through, but still the late rotations want to go ahead and push ahead this gold lead they have cultivated for themselves. 20 minutes into this game, almost a 10k gold lead ahead of team official Smite team. And well, you know what we say about 10k gold leads? That's uh-oh territory.
Speaking of O territory, look at this Mulan.
Mulan has stepped forward. The wind sprite's going to be good to get out of there. And here's the Kraken to slow the onslaught of team. Centaurus forced on out, but can you live? Yes, you can. Defender of Olympus is going to be good. Try and save our life, but the autos are even better. Spartan falls on down to Athena, and we're trying to get the kill. Mulan dashing on in. Here comes the mastery. Chef Baba gets the kill. Still surviving, though, but against 3, not going to survive for too much longer. Ashlyn credited with a shutdown kill, and the rest of the late rotations, they're here, but hey, it's in the name, just a little bit late, not able to get too much off of it, and team able to get some kills off the back of a fire giant push.
That is, I know you're losing the Gold Fury here, but that is such a good trade for team. It means that you're probably not losing any Phoenixes, right? Because what you want to do with the first fire giant, if late rotations is able to, is you want to get a dual lane Phoenix opened. Like, I know that that's not in the cards right now, but if you have an ideal situation, you push out dual lane, you get a Phoenix pulled and killed, you have so many pyromancer bombs, and then you say, next fire giant, y'all are going to have to deal with the wave and the fire giant, which will split up your team and give us an extreme advantage.
Team showing they are down, but they are not out of this game just yet. Playing the map, honestly, a very good well, and honestly, it's all in Pringle's hands so far, right? These Defender of Olympuses have been on point. Zexagon has been cradled in a lot of these team fights, unfortunately, not able to find a kill, but not for a lack of trying to keep him alive. And that's what you'd love to see here but hey, we'll also love to see it. Late rotations not letting that shy them away from stepping forward, splitting the map. But Midgod, might be in a little bit of trouble here, as look who's on the rotation. Is Pringle. The dash is going to be good. The taunt's even better. No beads means we're going to have to force out the Aegis, but we're going to try and survive. Here comes the Skyfall just to go ahead and nulligate some damage. Centaurus, though, it's going to be good, and we're going to get the revive off of it. Zexagon surviving, gets their first kill of the game, and now this horsey has to run away. Spartan, though, able to shimmy away those hopes alive from Zexagon. It's ADC for ADC, but hey, team, official Smite team, that's what you want in these games.
100%. The only really unfortunate thing is that DBZ Spartan is going auto attack as well. So you don't even have one ADC. You have two ADCs to deal with.
Oh, a good pull Cinnalin back in, and here they go to the grave. Izakor starts off this fight with a huge kill, and now it's going to keep on going. Panty Raiders pulls them on back, and now OP Killer sent to the grave once more. Spartan gets the kill, but here's Pringle. The taunt's going to be good, and we're able to kill one back off the side of it. Spartan falls, but Pringle can't stay alive for his transgressions. The entirety of team, official Smite team are on the gray screen.
They are all gone, and that means that you just get a free push into this tower. Both of the auto attackers are technically gone, right? You're not going to get this Phoenix, even though you have 2 bombs in your pocket, but you don't really have 2 bombs because Newton mid, but you're getting so much tower presence, and able to go for this fire giant when it spawns. That is the best case scenario. Even though team is like all coming up and being alive, it doesn't mean that this next fire giant is going to be easy in the slightest.
Yeah, and I mean, that territory just keeps on climbing for late rotations, now settling at about, well, make it a 13k gold lead as we walk on here, 23 minutes in, and it's just going to keep on climbing as these more objectives go their way. Rai, how can team get back into this game?
The only thing that I can imagine is they need to get a really good steal over this fire giant. This next fire giant, they're being pulled. But the only thing is, there's no vision. There's no wards. We have no idea that they're even doing it. We have 2 people in duo lane.
Yeah, we sniffed it out, but it might be too little, too late. Late rotations forces out the Kraken, and that means the fire giant is theirs. Dagger in the pocket means we're going to step on forward. Late rotations, fire giant on 5. Team, stay alive. Petrifying gaze comes on out. Ashlyn sent to the grave, and Spartan credited with a kill. That's 1 member down, 4 more to go.
They're just going to keep on running at this. So you have a dagger on your support. That means that they are extremely tanky, unkillable even.
Yeah, this tree, he's here. He's putting his roots under the Phoenix, and he's ready to get started. And in fact, Chef Bob is going to be the first one to take this damage, and this Phoenix is not too long for this world. 2 bomb, 1 bomb, 1k HP. Here's the damage. Pluck pulls on Baba. OP Killer, though, cannot survive. He just set the Mulan to the back line. Over well in the mid lane. Furo's going to fall on down. Phoenix down. Cinnalin down. OP Killer down. Furo down. 5 members of late rotations march into the base, and the next person on the stop is the Titan, and it's falling down fast. Here it goes. Kraken off the mark. Chef Baba gets the kill. Zexagon falls. And so does the Titan. Late rotations win game number 1.
Oh my goodness, the Skyfall comes through. You land on basically everyone, but what are you supposed to do? You have 5 members in your Titan room, and you have nobody that's up to even defend it. That is a very good end from a very good game for late rotations.
Played phenomenally from start to finish, but hey, talk about team. They had some life in their eyes yet. Still able to not win the game just yet, but hey, talk about growth, right? Able to play the game a little bit more even in that early, where I think they've struggled in the past. Really great play from them, but late rotations, they're the team who take it home and put it on the mantle. This set ain't over just yet, but still, Rai, I'll let you get some any last thoughts you have on this game.
I think the only thing I can say about this game is look at Pringle. Pringle is putting out very important stats. 6 assists, 8 kills, 6 deaths, sure. But that's not showing the true value of how much mitigation you are bringing from your ultimate. And I think Pringle is just absolutely showing a masterclass of jungling, and I'm going to keep an eye out for them on the next game.
Yeah, Pringle, a lot of what team official Smite teams play was that game, able to traverse around the map, get kills, but unfortunately not able to find too much purchase outside of that. But that's not their last chance. In fact, this is a best of 3, so team official Smite team, can they go ahead and pull back a reverse sweep in this set? We'll find out right after this short break. welcome back to the Animosity Amateur Smite League. My name is still Moonmellows. I'm still joined here by Rye, and our lovely production is the lovely TTOSTT. We are into game number 2 of the set. Team official Smite team versus late rotations. Rye, talk to me about game number 1.
Game 1 was a very well played game by both sides. Late rotations was able to get this like very dominant early game lead, and they just kind of held it and pushed it for the entirety of the game. Smite team, official Smite team was doing very well into the mid and mostly the early to mid game, but they just unfortunately like fell to a team that was just simply like rotating a little bit better than them.
We wouldn't believe it by the name, but hey, that's what they did. The Voltron mentality able to come back together bites us again. The hive mind wins game number 1. But now we're here in game number 2, where our luck can possibly turn around. Achilles Kali taken off the board from team, and Apois now taken off the board for late rotations. Unlike, we talked about it a little bit off the desk here, but this isn't a fearless league. The picks that were in game number 1 still here, still available. So Rye, what are you wanting to see from team? Are you wanting to see the same kind of thing? Just think it was a play on field? Or do you think we should completely change the draft and try a new tactic?
I think that the draft is not like, I think it's very complicated, right? You have the Athena who went extremely well, right? You did very well in that game, and you were able to sort of keep your team in it and keep the hope alive for a majority of it, right? But on the opposite end, late rotations they are no scrubs. They are aware that Athena was like a big problem for them. So they're going to probably make some changes in their own comp just to keep everything like fluid and able to adjust to the last game. They want to win a little bit more convincingly, I'm sure. And they want to be able to counter any of the team's possible, win chances.
Yeah, changing things up this game, Newt is off the board and Thor first pick overall. Taking some lessons from the sewer, picking up that god. Sylvanas now locked in for late rotations. And I mean, Izakor looked great on the Tree Man in game number 1. Not surprised you want to get this guy on something comfortable in game number 2.
Yeah, those were some amazing pulls from Sylvanas. Basically the entirety of the game. I only saw like maybe 1 or 2 that didn't like absolutely completely win them the team fight, but Thor, look at this Thor pick. I mean, Thor is able to be first picked by team, and that is very valuable. No Thor ban, instead they opted to ban the Aladdin Daji and Apois, but I like this Thor first pick. You're able to get that semi-global presence with Anvil of Dawn. You're able to, one-shot a squishy if you're going full damage, and most of all, you're just the strongest like early game, in my personal opinion. You are the strongest early game assassin, where most assassins kind of want to hit level 5 so they have good ults, but I personally believe Thor is very strong throughout the entirety of the match.
Especially when that level 5 does come around. This guy goes in the sky, looks for someone, and it says, "I choose you to die," and lands on him. Sobek, this is what I like about non-fearless drafts, right? You get to kind of get the mind game a little bit. Sobek taken away from OP Killer here, and now is in late rotation's hands. So that can only mean this Sobek is going towards the solo lane. Kind of a little bit of a mind game going on here if you're late rotations. You have a 1-game lead. That means you get to play around with your picks a little bit. That just means team have the opportunity to kind of counterpick a little bit. So talk to me about gods still on the table and what kind of things we might expect to see, as I know you're kind of close to Sinilin.
I am. I'm good friends with Sin, and I know that Sinilin is extremely versed into this Kabrakan mid. I think we might see it as we see a Ymir and a Sun Wukong and a Thor all picked for team. Very, very like tanky, like almost like a very bruisery type of team comp. I like what they're going with this, but I think that it's going to be either a Kabrakan into the mid lane. Maybe they'll take back the Agni and go for it part 2, but looks like, yep, that makes a lot of sense. And Loki and Discordia picked from late rotations.
You spoke it into existence. Rotundi, that's Navji's name for it, is here to play. Talk about tanks, talk about damage. We got the slimmer version of Rotundi over on the late rotation side, Loki being played here. So we get to see the Loki versus Kabrakan aspect kind of matchup as Hu Yi is going to round out the draft for Team Team. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of with it, right? I like Hu Yi with all these walls and like the double bounce opportunities. Very fun to see, but X Ball?
I if this is an X ball pick into a Hu Yi, I will be really happy. Oh, okay. Unfortunate. We're going with the more meta pick. I understand it. Apollo into Hui makes a lot of sense. You kind of are able to keep up with the Hui with your dash trading. You're not as quick, but I think Apollo is a very safe choice here. Your mesmerize is just invaluable when it comes to 1v1ing.
Yeah, we got scared when we pulled out the God of the Night and the lights went dark. So instead, we pulled out the God of the Sun. Apollo going to be able to light up the sky as well as Hu Yi, who's going to make those suns rain on down. Both these team comps, I feel like both these teams kind of came away with picks that they want. Honestly, I can't tell you which one I'm preferring. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here, but my eyes are on Sin.
I think the team has an extremely interesting comp. I think they have the most interesting comp we've seen all game or all set. We've got we have four different shell potential ultimates or non-ultimates. We have Thor with the wall. We have Ymir with the wall. We have Kabrakan with the ultimate wall. We have Ho Yi with the ultimate that also has that sun which works as a wall. I feel like that's such a good way to play this comp. You're going to be having like three, maybe four shells on the other side if you're lucky. So hopefully this Ymir is able to just pull the shells for something unimportant so that the important guys can come in and, make their magic work.
Yeah, and I mean, the Magic is going to be playing beautifully as we make our way into game number 2 of this King of the Hill set, late rotations versus Team official Smite Team. Give it up for the lowest of the bracket versus the 17th on the bracket. Pringle stepping forward, showing that he's the better brother, throwing a hammer in the face, getting some nice early damage off. And honestly, that's what matters. Top damage means you're the best player in the game.
You are 100% right. I think top damage might be the only stat that I look at personally, but no, I like this Kabrakan play. I know that the invade or the level 1 proxy is kind of well known at this point, but I like it still. I think it's an effective play to be able to, make yourself known. You're a very impactful character.
Yeah, last week when Sin tried to pull it out, kind of got sniffed out. So this time we sent Pringle on guard duty to make sure that she doesn't fall down as easily this time. And thankfully, still going to step forward here. The proxy is going to be good and the damage is going to be even better. It's going to go ahead and slow down Panty Raider's roll on this duo lane. Pringle is here, though, stepping forward, and that just means our farm is going to be extinguished a little bit. And, well, we're just going to make up for it and try to steal it away. But all the meanwhile, look at Spartan just giving up a full wave in mid.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of proxying is so valuable at some points in the game. And the most important point, in my personal opinion, is wave one. If you can ruin their start, then you're kind of making the rest of their game just inconvenient, super inconvenient, as we see a good invade coming through. But I mean, that's kind of the value you get. You make them start very strangely, and then you are able to just say, "Hey, our start's better than yours. You're gonna have to play catch up."
Yeah, catch up is important, right? Cinnalin able to find some early aggression out of this Kabrakan, and that's kind of where this aspect's weakest points are, right? Feel like not able to have the earliest damage early on just means you get to be an absolute demolisher in the late game, able to throw out a bunch of abilities and a lot of damage. And hey, once you get that early game of popping and a rolling, it's exactly what you want to see.
That's a good freeze from the Ymir, but I mean, you're exactly right. Going most Kabrakans nowadays, they go this double stacking build. You go Book of Thoth and you go Transcendence, but I think that that's like kind of playing exactly into what Kabrakan is good at.
Yeah, Chef Baba picking up a storm once again over here in the solo lane, just pushes the Sun Wukong back to the tower. Bureau not having too great of a time laning against the Chef, but hey, who would here? Damage is going to be good. And now stepping forward for the red buff, not able to get it. His late rotations, they get the buff for their side, and now TTOST stepping forward looking for another invade.
Yeah, unfortunate wall miss, but they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, still walking on forward. Discordia is the target, but we have bit erratic magic to get out of town. The hammer off the mark just means Loki. Hey, we're called late rotations. That doesn't mean we're gonna be the late one for the gank. Here's the Loki. Here's the damage. Shell's gonna be forced on out. OP Killer, a huge bounce is gonna take him a try. OP Killer able to survive. Zexagon couldn't survey his teammate there, and unfortunately falls on down. Late rotations getting another early kill on the board.
Yeah, and this Pringle Imperialist is just putting out so much pressure.
Oh, talk about pressure. We saw it on the Athena. We see it on the Thor. DVC Spartan, don't you dare step out of your tower because we are here to play. You know what? Get aggressive in mid. You're going to get ganked over in duo lane, but it's not going to stop here. Freeze is going to be good. Wall's going to be even better. Now mid god is stuck in the wall. That means we have to dash on in, and a good mesmerize. It's going to make sure we're going to be A-okay. Zexy going to jump on in, but the ricochet, the math classes, unfortunately, we didn't take enough. So mid god lives to survive another day.
But look at this engage over the fire rocks.
Oh, Pringle falls on down. The rocks go for the late rotations way, and another kill into the pockets of the rotators looking for it.
Yeah, very good early game presence from both teams, right? You're taking fights, you're just looking to like do aggressive stuff. And I think it's working out a little bit less so than the last game, but you're able to just control the pace of the game, and that's what's most important, right? Looking at these relics though, on late rotations, there is only one shell. You're not able to get out of a lot of these player made obstacles, that that Cabrakan ult is going to be extremely useful into this mid and late game.
Big forward now is Furo. Gonna get his own blue buff, but Chef Baba made sure they didn't go down for at least a little bit of a shiver, a little bit of tensing going on. And well, the Sobek has pushed the monkey back under the tower. Late rotations once again piling on at this early lead. 5 minutes in, mounting themselves about a 1 maybe 2k gold lead here. And honestly, it's beautiful despite the pressure from mid lane. Sinilin stepping forward might be in trouble here.
Luckily, it looks like it looks like they're going for the invade here, but Sinilin does get the invisibility, and the golden apple is
Oh,
true.
the apple goes straight into the mouth, and here is the Beats Force. Assassinate, not going to be enough to take down this Kabrak, big boy Rotundi survives another day. But over in the dual lane, here is Thor. The damage is going to be good. Sends Apollo into the sky. That means we get away. And hey, Uber driver, get me out of Dodge. Make sure we get back home.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's another thing that we didn't really mention on this comp is the Apollo. Apollo is bringing out that through the sky ultimate, you're able to just say, hey, me and two other people are wherever we want, which means these objectives in the late game, you're not going to be able to, go and take these fights consistently. Just because you are pulling the objective doesn't mean that you are able to, secure them. And I think that that's going to be a lot of value.
Value here in mid lane is the damage onto DBZ Spartan forced under the tower. Although meanwhile, Chef Baba gets some rocks in their pocket. That's one healthy crocodile, and some damage is going to be coming on true. But all the meanwhile, look at Sinilin going under the tower just to force DBC Spartan under their own tier 2.
Very good pressure from Sinilin, right? You got your Chronos Pendant, and it looks like we're going with the Chronos Pendant build on Tuka Bracken, which is a little bit non-standard, but I do like it. I like Chronos Pendant. You're getting a lot more cooldown, and cooldown means you can throw out the three. You're able to just put out an basically infinite amount of pressure, and you outrange this Discordia by a significant margin. So being able to just push the mid lane is something that is extremely important.
Yeah, Sinilin able to just push out a bunch of damage, but Izakor is here, and that means, well, unfortunately, this Rotundi can't step forward as confidently as before. Hero's going to get plucked over in the solo lane, but the real action's in the mid lane, where the wall is going to force Sakor back to the tier 1 tower. We're still going to survive, but ganks abound. Assassinate under the tier 1 tower, forces out the beads, and here is the Suns. It takes out Panty Raiders. Loki falls on down. How dare you try to gank me under my own tier 1 tower?
Just a good job recognizing it. Look at that Sunder, the execute. Oh, not quite there.
An inch, we snapped off the feathers of that bird's tail, and able to stay alive is Furo, and now in the air healing. So we're going to be A-OK. Ride, this game's a little bit different. It's action all over the map. Here comes the wall, which forces the jump away. Discordia now under the tier 1 tower. That's going to be it for Team here. As we go ahead and once again, aggression all over the map. Apollo's force in the air.
Yeah, we're just nonstop fighting. We're taking fights in mid, we're going left, we're going right. But look at mid again. We have a huge turnaround from this Loki.
Loki's going to be good. In the sky goes 3, and Cinnamon's in trouble, but the Shards of Ice slows everyone down. Zakor looking for the pull and finds it. Bede's going to be off a little bit too late. Here's the apple into the mouth of the Thor. We survive a little bit, and the wall's going to be good to dissuade the aggression. But Loki, the brother, is on the chase looking for the kill. Can Thor get out? I'm not sure if he can, because we got a speed buff, and we got a kill looking for it. Loki chasing him down all the meanwhile, but we're slowly going to get to you. None of that wall's good, though, but we hammered back in. Pringle's playing aggressively, but Chef Baba is here. That means Pringle's going to fall on down. The brother gets the kill. And all the meanwhile, look at late rotations. They win themselves the mid ritual, get themselves a kill onto Loki. Talk about pressure.
It's really not. It's really strange to me because if you just took a look at both of these team comps in a vacuum, then you would say Team has the more aggressive comp. You have that Ymir in the support. You have the Kraken mid. You have Thor, but it's just going to show that infinite aggression doesn't necessarily mean that you have the better pressure. You know, being able to be as safe as you are with Discordia, you know, that erratic behavior. Oh my goodness, look at this assassinate.
Assassinate hits 2, and Cinnamon is the target. Unfortunately, though, she has her own jump away. Beats is going to be good, but the true target is this Kabrak, and she's able to walk away. The wall's good to dissuade late rotations from stepping forward. And now OP Killer is here stepping forward, looking for a Loki wall. Unfortunately, not here just yet. And pull off the mark means this team fight is just going to fizzle on out.
Well, maybe Loki's looking. Look at the Thor roll.
Loki hits. He's in trouble. He's not here, and Thor is the wall. Not going to be good enough. Walls from the ultimate, though, and a pull brings us back in. OP Killer's under the tower. A wall jump makes sure as we rocket back to safety. Hey, we're still here. We're still looking for the kill, but no one's able to find it just yet.
Thor's in a little bit. Okay, Thor's got the hammer out. Not in too much trouble, anyways. But if we, as soon as you know, we're gonna take this short time. If team is going to be able to get back into this game from this deficit, they're gonna just need to stop all of this fighting. They need to go for the farm and just like say, hey, sorry. I know we have a lot of pressure, but we're just gonna go ahead and back up as we get a nice hover over this Eye of Erebus. Thank you, Prod. Eye of Erebus onto the Sobek. Very interesting item to me. I don't know what the play is here. You get a good amount of stats from it, but the active item is also extremely interesting. Being able to work as a pseudo ward, but I mean, while I'm talking about this, late rotations is just going for this gold.
Late rotations say, who cares about the eye? Our eyes are on the Gold Fury, and gonna go ahead and steal it away. And team, well, either they gave it up or they just didn't know it was on the map. Now 10 minutes into this game, and a solid 3k gold lead has formed for the rotators. And well, team don't want to give it up just for free. You get the Gold Fury. Let's move our way over to Rocks.
Looks like Ymir's playing this corner a little bit aggressively.
Yeah, and the freeze is going to be good. Forces out the tree to make sure we step on a back. Wall's going to be good just to force Spartan out of this fight. All the meanwhile, Cinnalin trying her best to get some damage off the back of it. And in fact, they do. Late rotation, stepping forward, not letting these rocks go down for free. And in fact, team just have to give them up.
Yeah, I mean, you're just able to take these pressure fights wherever you want. I know that Ymir was left at a little bit less than full HP, which isn't much. No, not very much damage went through onto him, but I mean, it's still valuable because you get to go to these fights.
Yeah, talk about the fights. The wall's good to bounce the apple around, and in the sky is Thor looking for a kill, and the damage is going to be good. Mid-God sent to the grade over a mid lane. Can't find another kill. Beats forced out onto Cinnalin, but hey, team, they're on the up and up.
Yeah, they take all of these fights and they're not really the most valuable fights, but when you notice that a fight is occurring somewhere else, this very good vision from Pringle to be able to go and gank into the dual lane. it just means that you're able to kind of push. You're choosing a place and you're gonna try
Oh,
and go with it.
oh,
Oh
oh,
my
the
god.
strife is good. Citadin trying to survive, and she can. The wall make sure no one else can step forward, but Spartan, whoo, they're on fire.
Wow. The strife and the unruly magic come through. Cinnalin left at 25 HP. And just like I said, you take these fights, you get the pressure, and it just leads to these free objectives that honestly, Team just needs to stop taking the fights because that is the only thing that is like mitigating. That is the only thing that is allowing late rotations to take these objectives. You have an arguably better team comp for objective fights.
Yeah, team though need to, you said, group up, farm, eat up. We can't fight when our bellies aren't full, but hey, who cares about that when our target is Apollo slowed on down, mid, god, trying to fall on down. Team not able to find it though. And in fact, this Apollo is one fast boy, so he's going to survive another day.
100%, 100%. Um, Apollo able to get out there and like it's just like it's a little bit silly that we're taking these engagements. Apollo is in no danger there, even though Thor is
Oh,
looking at him.
oh, he might be in danger, but Mesmerize is even better, and Thor is in the air looking for a target. Is it gonna find a home? Is under the tower, decides to go in a little bit off the mark. Assassinate was used as well, but able to just slide on away. Beads forced out by the Loki, but in the sky is, well, the Apollo finds the kill. Panty Raiders steals it away, and now late rotations dare say, you tried to gank our lane. Well, next up is Zexagon. Apple forced into his mouth. Damage is going to be good, and 3 members of the late rotators are here. The walls coming out, but they're just blocking ourselves. Zexagon gets pulled back in. The stun's good. Wrath of Terra sends him to the air, but a good bounce back onto Spartan is going to keep the damage here, but the 1v1 is not going to be respected. Panty Raiders falls on down. Zexagon credited with the death, but over in mid lane, look at the fight. The next target is going to be Chef Baba, but the pluck out, he's going to survive? No, he's not. That's a Wukong with a stick with a mile long.
That was an amazing fight from both sides there. Unfortunately, Pringle going for that ultimate, that Anvil of Dawn under the tower. I think he was considering going against it, but against his better judgment, he did go in fact in. But the assassinate, look at this fight. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're still fighting. OP Killer says, we're behind. No, we not. I Ymir. I go in. I Shards of Ice. Late rotation say, you know what? That's an ultimate off the field. We'll pull the Gold Fury. Ymir is here and aware of it, though. The Gold Fury is falling relatively fast, now down to about half K HP. Ymir's going to step forward, get pulled back in, and the damage is going to be even good. Here comes the wall, here comes the hammer, and now bees are forced on out into the back line. Is Thor, but not able to find too much off into Ashley, able to get a kill, shut down onto Pringle, and now it's disastrous. It's all over the fight. Able to steal away the Gold Fury as Cinnalin. A huge play from Team to get themselves back into the game.
They are certainly back. You're trading out 2 for 1, but you get the Gold Fury on top of that. That is a very good trade for a team that is behind. Now we look at this gold differential. It's only around 2,000. That is the best point it's been on ever since the beginning of this middle game. So I like this play from Team going in for that steal. It's just a question of can they get to this before it's over.
Yeah, able to find these little wins is how you get back into the game, and well, Fiddlin stole one. Can she steal another? Here comes Rotundi. A little late to the party. Pluck off the mark, so Cinnalon's going to survive just another day. We are invisible and slow immune, but we're lurking in the waters, and unfortunately might not be able to get out because the rest of the late rotations are here. Chef Baba looking for the kill, and we've blocked off the escape route, but we have an ultimate. That's a teleport to be able to get out. Pluck off the mark. Apple hitting Casper. Cinnalon's going to survive.
Wow, and Thor's in the air.
Thor's in the air, finding a hammer. Anvil of Dawn hits true. We get out of town to make sure we can survive. Pringle, though, able to dissuade this fight, and we're still farting. Team, able to find some damage. Here comes the Shards of Ice. Damage is going to be good. Wall just dissuades us from walking forward. Sundering Arcs abound. Furo gets the kill. Chef Baba falls on down, but Panty Raiders finds Zexagon. Ashlyn finds Izakor, and now we're still ongoing. Late rotations are down 2 and make that 3 as Cinnalon finds Spartan. The team are up on top.
They need to go. I think that they've got 3 down. They need to pull this fire giant immediately. Look at those health bars. Everyone's either at or above half HP. They're going to grab this bomb, and I really hope that they make the executive decision to go for this fire giant. Although the objective in mid is still up. Look at this play. No way. Okay.
Oh, Hero able to secure the Pyromancer. Loki tried to steal it with those visions, but we're not going to see it. Freeze is going to be good. Forces out the beads. That's a good play from OP Killa to try and take down this Loki. Teleport for teleport. Loki's under the tower, safe for now, but it's ult for ult. And hey, team, they're on fire now.
Yeah, they're on the wrong fire that I want, but they're going for this ritual, and they're look at this, they just keep on fighting. Apollo's in the air.
They keep on fighting Apollo like a vulture looking for his target, and we find the Ymir, but we cancel out the pool. OP Killer is going to survive for yet another day. Unfortunate that Ymir gets out there.
Yeah, that is not what you like to see. You still have everyone up. There is a big numbers advantage, so late rotations is going to secure this objective, the ritual in mid. But look at these items. We've got a lot of very, very standard builds. And that means if you're building standardly, you're kind of like you're building standardly, which means you are just able to take these fights whenever you want. And you are ahead still, or sorry, you're even. You're even now. For the first time, Team is finally able to push this up pressure that they've wanted to do for the entire game, and now is their moment. They need to take a good fight, get the kills like they did in the last one, and then hopefully go for this fire giant.
Hey, those of you who tuned out after game number 1, go ahead and tune back in. This team able to pull back themselves from being behind 18 minutes in, and Rye said it, they're completely even. Only a couple hundred gold distributing these teams apart, but hey, 18 minutes into the game, couple hundred gold is pennies at this point.
Yeah, we're seeing some grouping up happening, and this is exactly what is going to happen at this mid to late game stage. You group up, you take team fights. Maybe one or two people are in the side lanes, but all in all, you just want to fight and hope that you can get the win and go for an objective.
Yeah, and I mean, the objectives are up, right? Gold Fury is up on the mark, and it looks like late rotation decided to get this tier 1 tower in mid. Try and find a kill. Panty Raiders raiding for some damage here. He's in the bush. Can we stop his back? Oh no, he stopped it. We maybe heard it here. And here is Loki. The damage is going to be good. Here comes out the barrage of the blades, but the dive bomb is just going to make sure we stay alive. And look who's in the air. It's Thor landing a little bit off the mark. The wall, not able to find a home. And this sneaky Loki is going to try and get out of town.
He's just running. He's just running away, and as soon as he's able to turn back invisible, I think he'll be just fine. Oh, Apollo's in the air, going to him.
Uh-oh. There's more than one global ultimate on this map, and here comes the chariot, forces out the beads onto Hu Yi, and here's a beads in pair. Forced out once again onto Thor. Zigzagoat is going to fall on down. Pringle falls on down. Late rotations. They get 2, and no one's fallen.
60 HP for this Banny Raiders. That is absolutely heartbreaking. And Apollo is just staying still. There's another rotation coming this way.
Yeah, not just any rotation. 3 members, 3 tanks stepping forward, the wall off the mark. So this Apollo is going to survive yet another day. This mid god running back home with his tail between his legs and making sure no one else falls.
Yeah, but look, Sylvanas and Sobek are also here. If they stop it back, that means you're dead. Look!
If we stop the back, Sun Wukong now has to fly back, but he's flying right into the rest of the team. Pulled back in. Ultimate Rathaterra knocks him into the sky. We have the Somersault Cloud, so we're going to survive for just a little bit longer. The wall's going to be good for OP Killer, but now can the Sun Wukong survive? He jumps over the wall and unfortunately is able to dodge out that apple, so we survive yet another day. But look at the death machine that is late rotations. We force everyone back. We look towards the Gold Fury. A stun forced out into Loki, pops him down to about half health. But now this fight, it's still ongoing. It's dirty because guess what? Thor has ultimate once again. Anvil of Dawn in the sky looking for a home. It's able to find it. Hits 2 beats. Forced on out. Gets the kill. Spartan sent to the grave. Pringle able to take him there. Win home. Zazakor takes them down as well. How dare you get a kill? Priya Ashlyn falls. And now Midgod trying to get the sweeps. Trying to clean everything up. Zigzagon still fighting. Here comes the pluck just to keep ourselves alive. But Chef Baba, the wall's good. The wall's better. Sent to the grave. Team 3 alive. It's a 2 for 3 trade, and we're trying to find another mid god. Goes up into the sky, and the damage is going to be even good. 4 members down for late rotations. Team come out on top.
They just got everything that they could have wanted in that fight. Sure, you lose your jungler and your mid laner, but look at this. We're getting the Gold Fury. We have the numbers advantage. Loki is here, but if he goes in too deeply, he's just going to die.
I mean, we've seen it time and time again. We're going forward. Zexagon is the target, but we're stunned on out. And Loki, in fact, has the assassinate to get out, so he's not going to die just yet. Able to get out of town. And the wall, make sure the apple doesn't hit the Gold Fury at all. Discordia might have stepped up a little bit too far, but she's got damage in tow. Wall off the mark, so we can just jump on out. Team get the second Gold Fury of this game and solidify themselves.
Yes, very good timing here for Team. But oh my goodness, they just do not stop looking for these fights. Pringle able to get out though, so nothing too worried about there. But every single time they start these fights, they're down members. But then the rest of the team comes and they take the fight back once more and they win. But it just matters. Can we look and can we notice that, hey, every time that we have everyone together, we win these fights. But they just keep on putting out these splits that they need to just get away from and go for the team grouping entirely to win this, to finish up this game.
Zinalin stepping forward, but the rest of the late rotators are here. Pull off the mark just means that the team is going to have to step on back. Late rotations, though, they're still death balling, looking for a pick, stepping forward to Chef Baba. Pringle, though, may be caught out here. But unfortunately, we're a Thor, so we're able to get out of there, save, survive a little bit longer. Zinalin steps forward, but gonna get poked out here. Damage is gonna be good, and now the fact has been turned all the way around. Caught out. Apple sent into the mouth of the team fight, knocked up. Panty Raiders gets a kill. Pringle is the first one to fall, and into the sky goes this Sun Wukong, looking for a place to land a home to find it. Apollo's the target. Damage is gonna be good, and in fact, not good enough though, because Apollo goes into the sky himself, but doesn't able to survive. Zexagon credited with a kill, and team winning this team fight quite handedly. A 1-for-1 trade, but it's going to keep on going. Here comes the Suns. They're raining down, and the damage is going to be good. Team have to get out, but look at Loki reapping around. We're invisible. We're speedy, and the damage is good. Zexagon falls on down. Sun Wukong is the next target on the map. Body blocks going to be good, but the auto just a little bit out of reach. Able to survive is Furo, and the late rotators, hey, able to make sure they come out on top that fight.
Yeah, that was an extremely good turnaround for late rotators. Like I said last time, Team did not get their grouping done effectively. They need to just say, put us all together, run it down, maybe just go all in together and win these fights. Like at the start of the fight, it was even. It was 1-1. But now we split up a little bit. The fight went better for the late rotations, and then we lost it inevitably. If they can just keep that down, keep that to a minimum, and then group up, they will win this game. I'm sure of it. They just need to go for these team fights and get an objective.
Yeah, these team fights have been going team's way ever so slowly, but honestly convincingly. Zinalin level 20 on this map. This Cabrakan, she is pumping damage, but late rotations are the first one up to the fire giant. They've poked it out a little bit, but it just seems like to be, this is the fight button, and I want team to step forward. Chef Baba gets a pluck. OP Killer sent into the back line. The damage, though, not good enough because he is a tank, but in the sky is going to be Thor, and an apple in the mouth takes OP Killer to the grave. Thor, looking for a home, finds it onto the Discordia. Discordia beads are forced out, but it's not good enough to save her life. Spartan falls. Pringle is taken back to the grave as well. Penny Raider gets that kill. Ashlyn finds a mid-god, and now can she get out with her life? No, she can't. Here's the Loki with a double kill, getting some damage, bounces all around there from Zexagon, trying to get some damage, and the damage is in fact good. Furo falls on down. Penny Raiders credited with a kill, and dive bomb over the wall means Hugh Yi is the only one left alive from Team.
That was very, very good for late rotations. They got the pull onto the Ymir to start off that fight. And if Ymir is split up from his team, then there's no mobility. After you use your wall, you are just very, very unsafe. And they exploited that. Late rotations exploited that weakness very well there. Starting off a fight without a tank is very devastating for Team. But everyone's back, or everyone's going to be back up, so there's no issues here for this next fire giant fight.
No issues at all. Hero up on the respawn, so now it's once again a 5v5 fight. Late rotations in the sky, and they're going to be the first ones here to this Pyromancer. And hey, that's one advantage in your way. These fights have been extremely close, but now we have two bombs in favor to make sure this objective burn is going to be good in favoring us.
100%. those bombs dealing true damage to objectives is absolutely crucial. When you have a comp that isn't necessarily geared around securing objectives, you don't have that Poseidon from last game. You instead have a Discordia, you have a Sylvanas. They both have good damage, but they're not the quintessential. They're not your Vulcan ults, your Raw ults, Poseidon ults. They're none of those things, right? But those bombs, they basically fill in that role perfectly.
No big booms. But we got big booms of our own in these runic bombs. Big damage. And now, late rotations just positioning around. It's time. Hello, Tango de Fuego Gigante. As we step around this fire giant looking for someone to pick. And it's not been working out for us. Able to find maybe a pick, but not able to roll that pick into winning a complete team fight or getting an objective. A lot of abilities being thrown around here, but these teams, hey, they just want to keep fighting.
Exactly. I mean, I'm unsure about just how aggressive they are. Look at this
Uh-oh.
pull.
The pull brings us back on in, but it's Furo, and a pull for a pull into the back line. It goes Zexagon, but a Thor ultimate brings everyone down. Apple sent into the mouse, lurking in the waters is the Sobek, but able to get out is Zexagon now. Chef Baba might have stepped up too far. Freeze is going to be good. Pringle falls on down, but look, the Loki has a double kill. Scratch that. It's a triple. OP killer falls on down, and now Furo falls as well. The only one left alive is Zexagon. Late rotations as 4 step forward, and they might be looking to end the game.
I think that they might just the only issue is that the DBZ Spartan does not have a full HP bar, which means if this defense goes poorly or if this defense goes well, then you might not even lose the Phoenix.
Uh-oh. Up into the sky, Zexagon is able to take out Spartan, and the beads make sure we stay alive. This Hu Yi doing what he can to make sure his team is still in the game. The Phoenix falls on down, but Zexagon falls down as well, not before taking Panty Raiders with him. Sent to the grave is the Loki, and that means late rotations can't end the game just yet.
Yep, they're not going to end. Instead, they are going to pick up a passenger, take your way over to this Gold Fury, and take this. Like this enhanced Gold Fury, the Oni Fury, able to just deactivate a lot of towers. Unfortunately, looking at the map, there is still a tier 1 tower in that duo lane, but you're able to debuff the right hand side's tier 1 tower and the tier 2. Oh, it looks like the minions actually took it for them. So they're debuffing 2 tier 2 towers, right? Which means that they have those issues to deal with. But it's not any Phoenixes. And that is the biggest saving grace the team can look for. They can still fight for these fire giants without having to worry about fire waves on their Titan.
Down, but not out. In the story of Team this entire set so far, able to find light in the despair that is the late rotations team fight. They're playing great and much better in this game, able to find these small winnings, these small openings to keep themselves alive and in the game. Listen, Ryan, if they keep playing like this, they might just have what it takes to bring us to game number 3.
I certainly hope so. I believe in them. We're looking at these builds. They're a little bit final. They're mostly finalized, right? You've got Hide of the Nemean on this Ymir. That is a very valuable pickup. You're able to say, I know that I'm squishy once I get separated from my team, or as squishy as a tank can be. I know that I'm weak when I'm separated from my team, but now I've got this item, and if you really melt me down, you're going to go into this team fight at half HP, and my team's just going to clean that up. And trading out me for everyone is a trade I'm willing to make every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a trade you're willing to make. Another trade here is going to be damage onto Pringles. We tried to fight, but the better brother wins today. Panty Raiders gets the kill. And now Sobek is here to make sure his jungler can get out of town. That's a pick. So that means we're going to go ahead and start up this Fire Giant. It's pulled down to about half HP. But now we're looking for Pringle. Not able to find him, though. He's able to get his back off just in time. Panty Raiders lives to see another day. All the meanwhile, the Fire Giant is still slowly whittling down. Cinnalin is here. She stole an objective once. Can she do it again? Tries to. Is not able to. Midgod secures that Fire Giant for the entire team. Apple into the mouth of Ashlyn. Sends her to the grave. And now the rest of the team are walking forward. OP Killer trying to get a stun. Trying to get someone off the back end side of it. But it's just 2 tanks left alive. Zexagon falls on down. A Stampede trying to make sure this Ymir can get out, but we're still being chased on down. A wall keeps us alive, but late rotations, they're in the sky, they're looking for the end, and they're running it down.
They're gonna land on this Ymir. The Ymir needs to be careful here. Look at this. Look for the Mez.
Yeah, height of anemia doesn't matter when our damage is just that much better. 5 members of late rotations walk into the Titan room, and only 1 member of Team can defend. Up in the air, lands on down, but beats of gore. Make sure that we can't get any stuns out here, but we survive, but not for too much longer. Pringle falls on down. Late rotations are going to take out this set in 2.
That is an amazing way to end this set. You take the Fire Giant fight, you ward off the steal potentials by securing it yourself, and then you just chase everyone down. Just an amazing way to just end up in a winning advantage for the late rotations.
I mean, hey, I love seeing late rotations win because I love their logo. I love the cinnamon roll snail. Late to the rotations, but not late when it matters. Able to win this set up in 2 and make sure we get out of here pretty early, not clock it in for overtime, me and Ryan TTOSTT are. But hey, what a phenomenal game, right? And not just from late rotations. Talk about the switch up from Team, right? I mean, sure, game number 1, a little bit of a stomp towards the end, but game number 2, I felt like it was anybody's game, and I love to see that from this team who is quote unquote on the bottom. But honestly, after seeing that gameplay, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think that was an extremely well showcased performance from Team. I know they lost. They lost to the 2-0, but let's think about how that game went. You won in the early game. You had a little bit of a hiccup. You got a little bit behind, but you buckled down. You farmed a little bit. You got back even. You took some objectives. You got some good fights, and then you unfortunately lost at the very end. That game was so close that you would not think that the team lost 2-0.
Yeah, but hey, when the games are close, you're looking for star players, and let's talk about Panty Raiders 9. I couldn't get his name out of my mouth. That guy, 18, 3, and 7. This Loki was a true assassin in this game, finding kills left and right, and making sure Pringle just couldn't play the game.
100%, but I would like to say, you're down 200 damage from your mage. I don't know, not the best player on my team. I'm just saying. No, but very good performances from both teams. I'm just very impressed with how Team played in both games.
Yeah, impressed with how they played, but hey, wasn't able to shake it against the late rotations. They're able to take this set in 2, go ahead and pull themselves further up that hill to see if they can make themselves the king one day. My name's been Moon Mellows. I'm joined here by Rye, as well as TTOSTT as our eyes in the sky. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next set.